All right, let's just dive right in. We need to talk about the most valuable currency you own. And it's something you probably spend without even thinking about it. No, it's not money, it's not about your social status, it's your time. And to really get our heads around this, we're going to look at it through the eyes of a man who started with literally nothing but time, Jack Ma.
And this right here, this is the quote that changes the whole game. Jack Ma calls time a treasure. And the wild thing is, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, a genius or just starting out, every single one of us gets the exact same 24 hours in a day. You, me, Bill Gates, everyone. The playing field is totally level. So the real question is, what are you doing with your treasure?
And that leads us to a really critical point. If we all start with the same amount of this treasure, why do things turn out so differently for people? Well, let's take a hard look at who's actually cashing in on your 24 hours.
Think about your day broken down like this. Every single hour is an investment. It's either an investment in yourself, learning something, building something, getting healthier, or it's an investment in someone else's company. Every minute you spend scrolling on TikTok or binge watching a show on Netflix, you're making them richer. You're literally paying them with your time, draining your own treasure chest.
Oof, this is a tough one, but it's a question we really have to ask ourselves. We hear all this talk about work-life balance. But listen, if you haven't really built anything for yourself yet, what are you balancing? Is it a life of real achievement and purpose you're balancing, or are you just balancing poverty with laziness? It's a provocative thought for sure.
And this slide just perfectly illustrates the difference in mindset. While a lot of people might spend their weekends going to parties or clubbing, basically just looking for rest, people like Jeff Bezos are using that time to read about quantum computing. Elon Musk is watching physics videos to figure out how to build better rockets. The key takeaway here is that successful people use their rest time to get ready for their next big move. Their leisure is just another form of investment.
Okay, so how do we make that shift? How do we go from just spending our time to actually investing it? Well, Jack Ma, a guy who famously failed exams and got rejected from tons of jobs, he boiled his success down to 3 simple core principles. Let's really get into these.
This is rule number 1, the absolute foundation. Just think about it for a second. You could lose all your money today, and with enough hard work, you could earn it all back. But once a moment has passed, it's gone, forever. There's no undo button. That makes time so much more valuable than money. You have to guard it like a hawk.
So you go to school, you get a piece of paper, a certificate. That's great. But life really doesn't care about that piece of paper. Life's gonna ask you, okay, cool, but what can you do? If your degrees suddenly vanish tomorrow, what real value would you have left? See, if you know how to sell, you'll never starve. If you know how to write code, you'll always have options. Real-world skills, that's the currency that actually matters.
Now, this might be the most important lesson of them all, because it's so counterintuitive. We're all chasing excitement, right? But true, lasting success, that's built in the boring moments. Jack Ma didn't find success on some thrilling adventure. He found it by doing the tedious stuff, day in and day out, answering emails, memorizing English words, practicing his speeches over and over in front of a mirror. If you can master the boring, your life will become anything but.
Okay, so we've got the lessons, we understand the what, but how do we actually put them into practice, especially on those days when we just don't feel like it? Well, the answer isn't motivation. Nope, it's something much stronger, something you build yourself, brick by brick. It's discipline.
And this is the magic of compounding in action. It's not about some massive, life-changing leap. It's so much simpler. Just 1 hour a day. That's it. Dedicate 1 single hour every day to learning a new skill. You do that consistently for a year, and I guarantee you will be miles ahead of almost everyone you know. See, success isn't one giant jump. It's just a bunch of small, consistent steps.
Oh, this is such a powerful way to think about it. The world is moving forward so fast. Technology, information, everything, that if you're just standing still, you are, in effect, moving backward. It's like you're on a downward escalator. The only way to actually move up is to keep climbing, constantly. There is no neutral gear. So let's break down the difference between motivation and discipline, because they are not the same thing. Motivation, it's like a shower. It feels great, but it's temporary. You kind of need it every day. Discipline, on the other hand, is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets, and it stays with you. Motivation is external, a feeling. Discipline is internal, a commitment. And if you need any more proof, here it is, straight from the man himself. He didn't build Alibaba because he woke up every day feeling pumped and motivated. Not at all. He says he was scared, confused, and broke.
So what pulled him through all that? It wasn't a feeling. It was a commitment. He had the discipline to just show up, do the work, fail, get back up, and do the work again.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the biggest trap of them all. It's the one thing that stops so many of us from ever even starting, this belief that we have to wait for the perfect moment.
Look, let's be absolutely crystal clear on this. There is no right time. That perfect, risk-free, ideal moment that you're waiting for, it's a complete myth. It doesn't exist. You don't wait for time to become perfect. You take the time you have right now and you make it perfect by taking action. This moment is the only one you actually have.
So here we are. The clock is ticking for every single one of us. Are you going to keep waiting for some magical right time that's never going to show up? Or are you going to seize the treasure you have right now and start building something? The most successful people in the world, they aren't slaves to luck. They're masters of their decisions. The choice and the time, it's all yours.